So once we're in VS Code where I can run the program through the EV3 Dev software, you can see that in addition to the main program, I also have a number of text files that were created using this image to text program that was in the same GitHub repository as the main printer program. Before I go on, I must say that this is not my code. It is a program by Arca DIY, so I cannot take credit for it. Now, when we look inside the main program, we can see all the basic modules included in an EV3 Dev program. And then after that, it declares the EV3 brick, motors, and sensors, and the directions of the motors and the ports. Now, I have changed the directions of some of the motors and the ports because I have a different printer, and also the creator used an NXT sensor for the Y axis, so I have changed that to an EV3 touch sensor. In the functions section, I didn't change most of the functions, but on the move by millimeters and the move to millimeters and the get position functions, I have changed this expression right here to 360 divided by 13.84 instead of 360 divided by 3.18 because the division expression is to show the amount of degrees required for the pen to move 1 millimeter. To find the 13.84, I measured how many degrees the motor had to spin on the x-axis to get to the other side, and then I took that number and divided it by 150 because that was the length in millimeters of the entire x-axis, and I got 26. I didn't want to replace the entire expression for that number, so instead I took 360 and divided it by 26, and I got approximately 13.84. Next, on the raise pen and lower pen functions, it used to be 360 on the raise pen function, but I had changed that to -45 because my motor was reversed and my distance needed to raise the pen is a lot shorter. Next, on the draw line by line function, if I can find it, yeah, you can see that the width in millimeters and the height in millimeters is changed to 175 because I found that if the canvas size is too small, then the image can be greatly distorted. Last in the main program, on line 303, I have changed the file name to accommodate what I wanted to print. And here's an example of one of the .txt files. And as you can see, the zeros kind of make up the inked parts, and the ones are the non-inked parts. And these were all created with the image to text program. So now you may be wondering how to create the text files that are used in the main program. And the way you do this is you see I've got the image to text program, again, not my program, which was in the GitHub folder, and I have opened it. And here's the main program, and then I have all the other text documents that I have created so that I can print them. And so if you open the main program, and then you say open with, and then open with Notepad++, you can see that over here now you can edit it and change the file that you want to turn into a text file, and you can say the file name that you want to save the text file as. And then if you want to run it, you can open a terminal window, and then you can just say, you can copy the location of this main program. So you can do properties and then copy this location, Control C, and then change directory, and then paste the location, and then you are now in the Python program. And so the way you run it is you just do Python and then main.py. And then, as you can see, it's running. And then you can see that it says index 250 is out of bounds for axis 0, which size is 182. So then this is where you can just change this value right here. And so it said it was out of bounds of 182, so I'll just make it 181, and then can just save that, and then run it again. And then you see it has successfully completed the code, and now it will be saved into this folder. And then from there, you can just copy these files and paste it into the printer file. And then also, if you come up with any errors that say you don't have any modules like this matplot library.image or the CV2 library, you can just download those online and it'll work.